For the Math-Sci team Breakthrough Discoveries Beyond Pandemic, this experiment is all about the layers of the Earth. Earth's crust. Crust describes the outermost shell of the terrestrial planet. Earth's crust is generally divided into older, thicker continental crust and younger, denser oceanic crust. The crust is made out of solid rocks and minerals and is also the thinnest layer of the Earth. The mantle is the mostly solid bulk of Earth's interior. The mantle lies between Earth's dense, superheated core and its thin outer layer, the crust. Outer core is a fluid layer about 2,400 kilometers thick and composed mostly of iron and nickel that lies above Earth's solid inner core and below its mantle. Its outer boundary lies 2,890 kilometers beneath Earth's surface. Earth's inner core is the innermost geologic layer of the Earth. It is primarily a solid ball with a radius of about 1,220 kilometers or 760 miles, which is about 20% of the Earth's radius or 70% of the Moon's radius.
Breakthrough discoveries beyond pandemic.
Earth is much like a hard-boiled egg. Both consist of three major layers of different composition. Earth's surface layer, the crust, is like the thin brittle shell of the egg. Below the crust, Earth has a thick layer called the mantle. The mantle is like the white of the hard-boiled egg. Then at the Earth's center, there's the core, which can be compared to the yolk. There is more to it. The chemical composition of each layer is important. So are other properties such as plasticity, which is measure of a layer's mobility. This in turn is impacted by depth as well as temperature.
Hi guys! So for today we are going to be making a science project with the theme Breakthrough Discoveries Beyond the Pandemic. You will need a foam ball, glue, paper, pencil, a cutter, and some copper. First off, you have to put on some glue to the foam ball, and once that is done, you can smoothen it out with a brush. Then you can put on some newspaper to it. Here is what it will look like when it's done. And I'm sorry for my voice. When it's done drying, you can now paint it.
And here is the finished product.
Breakthrough Discoveries Beyond Pandemic. Hello, my name is Gabriel Luis Cienchon, and today we are going to do an experiment wherein we will compare an egg with the Earth. Now, first of all, we have to talk about the layers of the Earth. Here we have a representation of the Earth, and here we have the layers. There are three layers of the Earth: the crust, the mantle, and the core. The core is divided into two parts, but we will talk about that later on. First of all, the crust. The crust is solid. It is the surface of the Earth. It is what covers up the whole Earth. It is the seabed. That is the first layer, the outermost layer of the Earth. The next is the mantle. The mantle is the next layer in between the core and the crust. The mantle is liquid. It is made of lava, molten rocks, or magma. Now that is the mantle. The next is the core. Here you see the core is divided in two parts: the outer core and the inner core. The orange one is the outer core. The red one is the inner core. The inner core is solid, and the outer core is liquid. Now, we will head to the experiment. We have here the knife and the chopping board. Normally, what you would have to do is take the hard-boiled egg, you would roll it and crack it, and then slice it in the middle. But since we have already done that, we will head straight on. Here we have the hard-boiled egg sliced in half. We will now compare it to the Earth. Here we have its shell. Its shell will be the crust. It is solid and it is the surface of the egg. It covers out the whole egg. As you can see, it is cracked. It is caused by the earthquakes, and when the cracks get big enough, the mantle actually goes out and it turns into a volcano. Now, the next layer is the mantle. The mantle here, it is the whites, it's rubbery, and the mantle is liquid. It is the lava or magma. The next is the core. The core is solid. It is the innermost part. It is the innermost layer of the Earth. To summarize, the shell, it is the crust. It is the thinnermost layer of the Earth. And then the white, it is the mantle. It is the thickest layer of the Earth. And then lastly, the yolk, it is the core. It is the hottest layer of the Earth. It is the innermost layer of the Earth. Now that sums up our experiment. My name is Gabriel Luis Cienchon. Thank you for watching.
Breakthrough the discoveries beyond the pandemic. Good day, everyone. I will be giving a short information about the different layers of the Earth. Just like the egg here, its shape looks like the Earth. We can compare its part to the layers of the Earth. The outer covering of the egg, which is the shell part, can be compared to the outer layer, which is called the crust. Now, I am going to cut the egg in the middle. See? We can see the second layer part of the egg, which is the white part, can be compared to the Earth's viscous layer, which is called mantle. And this part of the egg, as you can see this, a little bit yellowish in color, can be compared to the liquid layer of the Earth, which is called the outer core. And lastly, this darker in color, which is located in the middlemost part of the egg, can be compared to the Earth's inner layer, which is called the inner core. And that's how this activity gave us an idea on how the Earth's layer look like. That's all. Thank you.
Good day. I will be talking about the Earth's layers. The part of the Earth we live in is solid, but the inside of the Earth is very different. Earth has 4 different layers: the inner core, the center, the outer core, the mantle, and the crust. The inner and outer core. When the Earth was formed, the heaviest materials sank to the center. These materials form the Earth's core. They share the same name, but the inner and outer core are very different. The inner core is made of solid metals. Temperatures reach as high as 9,000 degrees Fahrenheit or 4,982 degrees Celsius. Its depth is about 3,200 to 3,900 miles, or 5,150 to 6,276 kilometers. The outer core is made of liquid metals. Temperatures range from 4,000 to 9,000 degrees Fahrenheit, or 2,204 to 4,982 degrees Celsius. Its depth is about 1,800 to 3,200 miles, or 2,800 to 5,150 kilometers. The mantle. The thickest part of the Earth is the mantle. It begins about 25 miles, or 440 kilometers, below the Earth's surface. It reaches about 1,800 miles, or 2,897 kilometers, deep into the Earth. The mantle is very hot. The parts near the core reaches about 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit, or 2,204 degrees Celsius. The part closest to the Earth's surface reaches about 1,600 degrees Fahrenheit, or 871 degrees Celsius. The mantle is solid, but the high heat causes the mantle to move slowly beneath the Earth's crust. The crust. We call the outside of the loaf of the bread the crust. We use the same word to describe the outer layer of the Earth. The crust is very thin. It contains less than 1% of the entire volume of the Earth. There are 2 types of crust: oceanic crust and continental crust. Oceanic crust lies beneath the oceans and is about 5 miles or 8 kilometers thick. Continental crust is the rock that makes up the continents. It can range about 20 to 25 miles, or 32 to 40 kilometers thick. The crust can reach 1,600 degrees Fahrenheit, or 871 degrees Celsius. Near the mantle, it is the same as the Earth temperature at the surface. That is all, and stay safe.
Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave. Memories like this never end. No, they don't fade away. So when I'm gone, and when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Close to the sun. Here's to the ones who let shine through the rain, the ones who stood for something more. We won't forget your names. The tide is high, say goodbye, we set it sail, and all those midnight secrets told, we'll take them to the grave. So when I'm gone, oh when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Close to the sun. So when I'm gone, oh when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun.
Kung ano, kaya pala ginusto ng mga kaklase kong ilalagay nila.
Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave. Memories like this never end. No, they don't fade away. So when I'm gone, oh when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Close to the sun. Here's to the ones who let shine through the rain, the ones who stood for something more. We won't forget your names. The tide is high, say goodbye, we set it sail, and all those midnight secrets told, we'll take them to the grave. So when I'm gone, oh when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding sun. Close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on. And I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave. Memories like this never end. No, they don't fade away. So when I'm gone, and when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on. And I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Close to the sun. Here's to the ones who let shine through the rain, the ones who stood for something more. We won't forget your names. The tide is high, say goodbye, we set it sail. And all those midnight secrets told, we'll take them to the grave. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on. And I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Close to the sun. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on. And I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave. Memories like this never end. No, they don't